Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Navamodhyayah. This chapter, that is the 9th chapter, began with the words of Bhagavan Krishna. The name of this chapter is Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam, and Bhagavan Krishna explained those terms in the second shloka, and he said that this knowledge is pavitram. And he also said that one must have a shraddha, faith in this knowledge. Only then he can climb greater ladders in this path. And Bhagavan Krishna said, I pervade everywhere, and all the beings dwell in me. And he said that they do not dwell in me, but I support them. And he explained his words with an example, Drishtanta, of the air and space, Akasha. Just like how the air exists in space, it is dependent on space. Without space, air cannot exist, just like that. All the beings exist in me and I support their existence or their presence. So that Bhagavan Krishna said in the 6th shloka. Now from the 7th shloka, shloka 7, chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita. Sarvabhutani kaunteya prakrityai yanti mamika kalpakshahe punasthani kalpadau visrujamyaham. Here Bhagavan Krishna is telling about his action, what he does and how he creates this entire jagat. He says, Sarva Bhutani Prakriti Yanti Mamikam, and all the beings, they exist in Prakriti, that is my Maya, this nature, that is Maya, all the beings exist in Maya or Prakriti. And I support this Maya. Mamika means the Maya is dependent on me. All the beings, they exist in Maya, and that Maya is dependent on me. The Maya has 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. And all the beings in this entire creation, whatever it may be, it has that good 3 gunas in different combination. Some have dominant tamo guna, some dominant rajo guna, and some dominant sattva guna. But we all have, all the beings in this creation uniformly, they have these 3 gunas in different combination. So that's why all the beings come out from Maya. And in the end of the pralaya, what will they do? They, in the unmanifested form, they be in Maya. They go back to Maya. And Bhagavan, he supports this Maya. Mamikam, they are dependent on me. Which is dependent on me? But this Prakriti. Prakriti yanti Mamikam, that this Prakriti is dependent on me. Kalpakshaye, when does this happen? At the end of Kalpa. That is, Kalpa means the period of 1000 Chaturyugas, that is the 1000 Mahayugas. That is the day period of Brahma. At the end of that, the pralaya will come. And at that time, they all go back to Maya. Kalpakshaye punasthani, they all go back to Maya. Kalpadau, the beginning of the next kalpa, then for the next 1000 kalpas, that is not kalpas, the 1000 chaturyugas, that is the period of 1 kalpa, they will be in the unmanifested state. That is, all the beings will be in the unmanifested state. If you want to say it in the common parlance, that is, it will be in the seed state in Maya. Kalpadav, the beginning of the next kalpa, Visrujamyaham, I send them forth. I make the Maya to manifest, and the Maya will manifest. This Jagat has two states of existence. That is, one is the Vyakta state, that is what we see now, that is the manifested state. And another is the Avyakta state, that is all this creation will be in the seed form. That is the Avyakta avastha of the Jagat. And this Jagat, now it is so spread out. This will, at the end of the Pralaya, that is the end of the Kalpa, when the Pralaya comes, all this Jagat will go back to the Avyakta state and be in Maya. And during the next cycle of creation, after one Kalpa, that is after the night of Brahma, in the beginning of day of Brahma, again I send them forth. I begin this creation, but all the beings will be in Maya. So the action of Bhagavan is to control this Maya. Send all the beings out and see that Maya takes back all the beings and keep it with it. So this is the action of Bhagavan. And in the next shloka also, Bhagavan Krishna, he repeats the same thing. He doesn't directly control us, but through Maya, he controls us. Maya is the Shakti of Bhagavan, it is the power of Bhagavan, and it is dependent on Bhagavan. Why this Maya is dependent on Bhagavan? This Maya is always inert. It is ever inert. It doesn't have intelligence. So it borrows intelligence, or this Maya is dependent on Bhagavan. And the intelligence of the Bhagavan, it supports this Maya, and only because of the intelligence of Bhagavan, the Maya is intelligent, or the Maya is active, or otherwise the Maya is inert. It is only impressions. It cannot do anything. It's only the blueprint of the entire Jagat. Just like our body, it's made of these five elements. It is actually inert. Because of the presence of the Atma, the reflection of the Atma, that is the Jiva, because of it, this body is alive, and it is active. Once when the Jiva goes out of this body, again this body becomes inert. Just like that, Bhagavan, he supports this Maya, and because of that, this Maya is intelligent and active, or otherwise it is only inert. So that's why Bhagavan supports this Maya, and at the beginning of the next creation cycle, Bhagavan, he again gives intelligence to this Maya, and it produces this Jagat. Maya alone cannot do anything. Only by the power of Brahman, it does everything. And another point I would like to point out here. The entire Bhagavad Gita, it is said in three states. That is the three states of Bhagavan. Some shlokas, Bhagavan will say from the state of Parabrahma, that is, for example, the chapter 2, many shlokas of chapter 2. He will say that I am all, I am Antaratma. In that time, he is referring to himself or identifying himself as Brahman, the infinite Brahman. Some shlokas, he will say as Ishvara, that is that Brahman seen with Maya. He will say from that state. Some shlokas, Bhagavan will say as Bhagavan Krishna, the human avatara. The avatara murti, Krishna. From that state he will say. So it is the responsibility of the reader to identify from which state Bhagavan is telling all this. So particularly this shloka, many shlokas before that, this shloka he is telling as Brahman, the infinite Brahman. And he's telling that Maya is dependent on me and it doesn't have any power. Only I give power to the Maya. And Maya produces the world, this Jagat. The next shloka, shloka 8 in ninth chapter is Prakriti swamavashtabhya visrujami punah punah bhudagramamimam kritsnam avasham prakritir vashat. Bhagavan Krishna is telling this Maya, that is Prakriti, Mula Prakriti, whatever we want, we can say it as that. Maya, Swam Avashtabhya, this Maya is controlled by me. Because only when Bhagavan gives intelligence to this Maya, the Maya can be active or the Maya can be intelligent. So he gives intelligence or he controls this Maya. Or otherwise, the Maya, even though it has all the impressions with it, it cannot do anything. It is inert. Swamavashtabhya, I control this Maya. Visrujami punah punah, I send forth all the created beings, all this multitude of beings. That is, again, he is telling in the next line, Bhuda Gramamimam Kritsnam. Completely all the beings I send forth to creation punah punah, again and again. Avasham prakriti avasham. That is, they do not have any other go. All the beings they are caught in Maya and they have to take repeated birth again and again. Avasham, there is no other helpless. The beings are helpless. So they have to come to the creation cycle again and again. They are caught in Maya. They are caught by that force. Why are the beings caught by Maya? Because the beings, they are bound by this guna, the three gunas of Maya. They cannot come out of these three gunas. They are bound by this. Actually, our ahankara, which is connected with these three gunas, binds us. It is not Ishvara who binds us. It is this Maya which has these three gunas. The Maya itself is a constituent of these three gunas. These gunas binds us. So we are bound by our own guna. Everyone will have a dominant guna among these three. Some have tamo guna dominant. No need to say they have to come back to repeat it. They have to take repeated births to purify their guna. They always feel some mudatva will be always there in the people who are have dominated tamoguna. They are inert. They are not that intelligent to find the divinity in themselves or others. That is tamoguna. Rajasic means even though they find the divinity, they want to achieve something. They are so passionate, so they are bound by that passion. Even Sattva Guna, which is very close to divinity or very close to Brahman, that Sattva Guna, even some people are bound by that Sattva Guna. Sattva means purity, that urge for learning more and more knowledge. So the people will be bound by that Guna and they do not know to come out of it. Reading all these scriptures and being pure, everything, purification of the mind, everything, why do we do all this? To realize ourselves as Brahman. But the problem with the Sattva Guna dominant people is they will be interested in all these things again and again. They will be so great devotees of bhaktas. They read the scriptures. They are so much involved in all the rituals. But they will not be able to live out their individuality. They will be bound by the Sattva Guna itself. So the Maya binds us by any of its guna, and the guna we get according to our prarabdha karmas and the action, our attitude, that decides our guna. And we are bound by that our own guna and we do not know to come out of it. So helplessly, there is no other go. Bhagavan has to send us back again and again to this creation to purify us and to remove all our kleshas, that is the impurities. So that is the eighth shloka of chapter 9. In the next shloka, Bhagavan Krishna is telling that even though I am attached, I support Maya, I send all these beings again and again. I am not attached to them. Shloka 9. न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय उदासीनवदासीनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति. These karmas or this action or myself sending forth this creation or the Maya, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't bind me. Na nibatnandi, it doesn't bind me, Dhananjaya. So even though I send forth this creation or even though I give power to this Maya, I am not attached to Maya, and I am like Udasinavat, a person who is completely unattached, indifferent. Whether it happens positive, no problem, negative, no problem. Just like the jnanis, they do not care for anything. Whatever happens around them, or if whatever happens even to their own body, they are not bothered. So udhasinavat, like the person who is so indifferent. Asinam, I sit like that. I do not care for anything. So this must be noted very much because some people they think that it's Bhagavan who creates this world and observe it as he's playing, and he enjoys the suffering of some people, and he praises some people, and he enjoys the success of some people. That's why they are always successful. And so these are some of the misconception or misinterpretation about Bhagavan. So Bhagavan here clears it. He is indifferent to anything because Bhagavan is above all the emotions. When we see Bhagavan in our form, or like the human avatars of Bhagavan, what we think is Bhagavan also has emotions and feelings and mind like us because we know only that. We know our fellow beings, they also have emotions and mind and everything, feelings like us. So we think that even Bhagavan has that same feeling. No. Bhagavan doesn't have any feeling or emotions because he is above the gunas, and these gunas create that feeling and impression and emotions. So he is above the three gunas. He gunadhita. He is above the gunas. So all those things that doesn't affect him, and so he is so indifferent to this jagat. He just gives power. That's all. For example, a very easy way to understand is during festival season, most of the Indian cities will be decorated by whether it is Deepavali or the Dashera time, which is going to come. The whole city will be decorated with so much of color lights and color bulbs. All for all these decorations, one must get that electricity power. So that electricity power, it doesn't care whether that light is beautiful or not, whether it is dark light or green light or red light or white light. It doesn't care. It just gives power. Just like that, Bhagavan is not doesn't care for the impressions of the Maya, the mind, our mind. He doesn't care for it. If we connect with him, then we can get that his intelligence and we can purify our mind. That's all. So udasinavat, just like a person so indifferent, asinavat, he sits there, he sits asaktam, unattached. That's why I said in the last video itself, Asanga Tattva, that is the strong point of Advaita philosophy. So, whatever other way we think, the impurities of Jagat affects Bhagavan. But it is not like that. Bhagavan himself says that I am not affected by anything in this world. I am a sakta. So only Advaita philosophy will fit according to the words of Bhagavan Krishna. Teshu karmasu, in those acts, and acts of Maya, I am not concerned even a little bit. Bhagavan Krishna says. Now in the next shloka, Bhagavan Krishna says about how this Maya is connected to Bhagavan. In what way is this Maya connected to Ishvara? And the next shloka, that is the shloka 10, Bhagavan Krishna is telling from the state of Brahman, Parabrahma, Nirguna Swarupa. Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagadviparivartate. Bhagavan Krishna says, I only adhyakshena, that is, I only supervise, or because of my presence, the Maya exists. I give only the satta to Maya. I give only that presence to Maya. I do not do any other thing. I do not make Maya to ask or advise Maya to do this or that because Maya is dependent on me. Normally, we do that. When someone is dependent on us, then we start giving them advice and controlling them in the way which they feel so uncomfortable. So just like that, Bhavan doesn't do. What he does to Maya is he is there, and because of his presence, Maya exists. He is only existence. Because of that, Maya exists. So that's the only thing Bhagavan do. Adhyakshena prakriti, it gives that satta, that is his presence makes the Maya to exist. Suyate, and because of that, the Maya produces sacharacharam, that is moving and unmoving. That is this Jagat. Because of that, because of my presence, Maya produces this Jagat of moving and unmoving objects. Hetuna, because of that, by cause, Anena, this world revolves. Because of that, because of my presence, this world revolves. Or otherwise, the Maya is inert and the world, the Jagat also will be inert. It will not be created in the first state. Bhagavan is Nitya Muktaha. He is not bound by anything by Maya or whatever it is. And since he doesn't have this ahankara, this I consciousness, he doesn't do any action and he doesn't enjoy any action. He doesn't have that kartrutva or bhoktrutva. He doesn't have that. He doesn't enjoy anything. Because of his presence, the Maya creates everything. The next shloka, shloka 11 of this chapter is Avajananti ma mudhaha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajanantah mama bhuta maheshwaram. Bhagavan Krishna is telling, Avajananti ma mudhaha. Some people, they disregard me, thinking that this Manusha Rupa is that supreme thing. They disregard me in many ways. So it's the same for Bhavan also. Disregarding and insulting is not only for human beings, it is same for Bhagavan also. So they do not see my supreme nature, thinking that my human form and taking my human form, and they insult me in many ways. Of course, Bhagavan Krishna, I think no one else, we do not receive so much insult like what Bhagavan Krishna or Bhagavan Sri Rama got insulted during their lifetime. Just take the incident of Shishubhala or Duryodhana, they all insulted Bhagavan Krishna, and Take the instance of Bhagavan Sri Ram. Uh, if we were taken our power at just at the time of the coronation or something, then we just make the world split into two. Just like that, we react. But just see Bhagavan Sri Ram, he just accepted that situation and did whatever is needed. So that is the jnana of Bhagavan. So he says, many people they insult me, disregard me. Those people are not that intelligent, they are mudaha, thinking that my human form, taking that human form as that higher state, Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram, they do not understand my supreme nature, or I am the Lord of all beings. They do not understand that Bhava Vachanantaha, not knowing, they insult me. In what all ways can a person insult Bhava? The first thing is which we very commonly do. We insult ourselves or we insult others, forgetting that all the beings of the nature of Bhagavan, forgetting that Bhagavan exists as Antaratma. Many times we insult or we curse ourselves or we insult ourselves by telling that I am not good for it, or I cannot do it, or I am good for nothing. Just like that, we insult ourselves. That is the first sin according to Vedanta. The next is forgetting the divinity in the other people, we insult them. We insult them, we slander them, we talk ill about them, everything we do. The next is Bhagavan is infinite. He is Paramatma. He is all pervading. But we confine him in a form. And we think that that is only Bhagavan. He is not outside the temple or outside that Vigraha. So we can't do anything outside. So this is the second insult. When we have many talents, just assume we all have many talents. But when people recognize only one talent of us, then what will happen? It's the loss for them. We will use that talent in somewhere else. So just like that, Bhagavan is of infinite nature, but we think that he is only this form and he can do only that. He will show favoritism to the people who give him objects or who visit the temples regularly. He will show partiality like that. We think so. It's only a loss for us. So this is the disregard for the nature of Bhagavan. He is of infinite nature, but we just confine him in a small vigraha. This is the second rather the third insult. First is insulting ourselves. Second is insulting everyone else, forgetting their divinity in them. We have forgot our divinity, that's why we insulted us. We think that Bhagavan is giving directly the fruits of our actions. So he will give the desired fruit of action for some people, positive results, and for some negative results. So it is all that Bhagavan is directly distributing these results. And for what we do, for the result of our prarabdha karma, we insult Bhagavan or we say ill about Bhagavan. Some people do that. They might have given lot for the temples. They might have given done a lot of pariharas or so some pujas, rituals. So what they say is, so much I did to Bhagavan, but he's not giving me anything else. Nothing. He's not giving me anything, and he is giving all to the person who is next to me. So this is another insult, not accepting or taking responsibility for our karmas. This is another insult. And another insult is very cheap and very valueless insult is, we think that the form of we worship is only Bhagavan. The form that other people worship is not Bhagavan. Some people they worship their own Kuladeva or the form of their interest. They do not accept the other form. Bhagavan is infinite, so there can be infinite forms. All these forms are the imagination of the rishis understanding them. For example, the Shaivites, they do not accept the Vaishnavites, and the Vaishnavites, they do not accept the Shaivites. And more verses, the form of one religion is not accepted by the other religion. Basically, the religion itself is formed to make a person more and more human by realizing his divinity, whatever religion it may be. To realize the divinity in a person, the religion is formed by the great rishis or prophets or whoever it may be. But in today's time, in the name of religion, so many disorders and fights are happening. So this is an insult to Bhagavan. We do not accept the form worshipped by others. All this because we forget his all-pervading nature. We do not accept the all-pervading nature of Bhagavan. And so we think the form we worship is right and the form with the other people worship is wrong. So all these are different types of insults on that infinite Brahman. So only Mudaha, the people who are dull-witted or the people who are not that intelligent, who doesn't understand the divinity of Bhagavan, they do all this. Param bhavam ajanantaha, they do not understand my supreme state. They think that I am, they also do not know that I am the Lord of all beings. So this Bhagavan Krishna saying in the 11th shloka. In this 12th shloka, it's more interesting than this. Moghasha mogha karmanah mogha jnana vichetasah rakshasim asurim chaiva prakritim mohinim shritah. There are two similar words in Sanskrit. One is mogha and another is mokha. Mokha means delusion or confusion. Mogha means useless, vain. So Bhagavan Krishna says, Moghasha, Mogha, here Gha is used, not Ka. Gha means useless, or the Asha means expectation or anxiety. Many people have vain expectation, useless expectation. They may think that when they receive it, they can improve their life, but it will be a waste only. But they keep on expecting it. So these are all the moghasha. Moga karmana, for that expectation or for that hope, they do a lot of actions. So that is also a waste. Mogha jnana, for that action or for that anxiety, they collect lot of information. That is also waste. Who does all this? They're senseless people. Vicheta saha, divided senses. They do not have proper sense. So they expect something in vain, do action for that in vain, collect information, that also vain. Who does all this? Rakshasim Ashurim, the people who have Rakshasa nature and Ashurim nature. Actually, Ashuras are the people who have dominant Rajoguna, and the Rakshasas are the people who have the dominant Tamoguna. That is more worse. Asuras means what they do is they are so passionate. So some way or other, by disturbing others or by killing everyone, they want power. That is the asuric nature. But Rakshasas means they disturb others or they kill others and they enjoy it. We might have seen in some rural places that people they just kill animals and they just go around it, celebrate it, and then they cook it and eat it. So these are all the rajasic, tamasic nature, tamoguna, insulting others or insulting other beings, making the other beings suffer and enjoying it. This is the Rakshasa nature. So the people, these type of people, they always they have senseless anxieties, vain hope, and vain action, and they collect knowledge in vain. So these people, Prakriti, Mohini, Shrita, these people, they are uh, deluded. Here, Mokha is, Bhagavan is telling Mokha. Mokha means delusion. These people are deluded by the gunas of Prakriti, that is the gunas of Maya. They have this Asuric and Rakshasa nature, and they are deluded by that also. They are confused by that. They do not understand the divinity in them or the divinity in other beings. So these are all who have very low values, and they are deluded by this Maya. And such people, they insult me because they do not understand the divinity in themselves or the divinity in the Jagat or divinity anywhere. So they insult me or disregard me. This Bhagavan Krishna is telling. So with this shloka, that is shloka 12, I take a break and continue with the rest of the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita in my next video. यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णः यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयोर्भूति ध्रुवानीतिर्मतिर्मम ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु।